beautiful family, welcome back to my channel. My name is Wilhelmina and I'm here with
Danny Reacts.
And we are super excited to be checking out another debate video titled
Candace Owens debates college feminists.
Whoa.
This is a full clip.
Wow.
Yeah.
So guys, if you are ready, then let's see this video together.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm good. So I noticed you had a lot of thoughts on feminism. I'm a feminist, but
Totally
I
fine.
was just wondering, how do you differentiate between the extremism that exists in feminism as it does across, multiple different ideologies, but how do you differentiate between the extremism and how, feminists like me think? I don't hate men.
It's a great question, and I'm glad you asked it. It's a great, great question. So what you have to realize about the left when you talk about extremism is they hack words that once had real meaning, and they take them for their own nefarious goals, right? So they'll say racism, and you'll go, oh my God, no, really, racism used to exist, but now it means organizing your pantry. That's obviously not racism. That's completely ridiculous. You see something like feminism, and once upon a time, women were fighting for the right to vote. Well, now we have that. We have equal footing, and now they're using those terms. They're hiding behind the shield of feminism, and they're doing actually horrible things in society. And I blame feminists for almost every ill that we have right now because they've encouraged people not to act as a woman, and they bash men all the time. And I think that they have contributed the most to the breakdown of family in terms of an ideology. Now, for you,
answer my question.
no, I'm getting there.
Okay.
Now, for you, you're like, okay, but I actually am somebody that just believes in equality, that there should be equality between the sexes, right?
I think it's more culturally and socially, not necessarily in the realm of legality.
Sure, so I'm going to ask you, what is it socially? So you could call yourself something, right? That means that there's some fight that you have. What is it socially that you and I have as women that we don't have that men do? Why is there a need for you to be a feminist?
I think as women, we are undervalued when it comes to our intelligence. I think people, especially for me, as a woman who, I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Go ahead, let her talk.
For me, as a woman, I feel like a lot of people look at me and think I'm superficial. They think I'm vapid. They don't necessarily see that I could be intelligent, that I could speak for myself. They tend to automatically...
Guys, don't be rude. Go ahead.
I tend to get belittled a lot, and that comes from men, not necessarily women, right?
So you're saying in your personal capacity, men are belittling you, right? But when you talk about affecting actually a social change, this might be your personal experience, but does that mean that all women are going through this, or that all women are experiencing this belittlement by men?
And see, I understand that, but I think also when I listen to you speak, and you speak on why you don't like feminism, I hear a lot of anecdotal work, and I hear a lot of personal experience, like your experience in that one class that you had, whereas I've had 5, 6 classes in my gender studies courses, and I've never experienced anything
that's totally
like that.
That's totally fine.
You know what I mean?
They're
so
just
I just don't
laughing
feel like it's fair to take personal
it's totally fine. Yeah, I get what you're saying. I'm actually talking about the real world consequences of the dangerous ideology telling women that they have to take their clothes off, that they should be on TikTok. I'm talking about real world consequences.
Yeah,
I'm talking about literally the fact that women are no longer, they're by and large all climbing the corporate ladder, and that children are being ceded over to the state. So I was giving you an anecdotal example of what happened in my feminist class, but the repercussions of that are seen everywhere. What I am saying is that what I'm offering to you is not to feel like you have to give yourself an ism, right? Don't feel like you have to put yourself in a box. Don't feel like you have to put yourself into some weird social constructs. I think that what you'll find with time is that it constrains you unnecessarily. I don't have a problem with the fact if you want to identify as a feminist and you think that there is some fight that needs to be ended. I don't personally think that
that's... Is conservatism not a box any more than feminism is?
Well, saying that I have conservative principles, feminism is not being a conservative or being a liberal, right? You're talking about an ideology, right? A system you think
I would assume conservatism is also an ideology as well, is it not?
Sure. Conservatism is an ideology. These are the things that we believe. You could say that everything is an ideology. What I'm saying to you is that I would not necessarily paint yourself into a corner. You don't seem to me like you have any issues speaking up. You don't seem to me like you feel like you're constrained in any way. You're standing up here today. I would offer to you that there's never been a more remarkable time to be a woman in this society. By every statistic, we are doing better than men. That's a fact, right? Men have a higher, we are graduating at a higher rate than men. Men have higher suicide rates. That's why I said to you, despite how you're feeling, what are the real world implications that suggest to you that you are somehow beneath men? You might have a personal experience where a man...
we can talk about sexual assault everywhere, in the military, in the home.
So are these the things that you're fighting to end sexual assault?
Of course, yeah.
Okay, great. You don't have to be a feminist to fight to end sexual assault.
You don't have to be,
men and women.
Yeah, I mean, I agree.
sexual assault happening.
It's a great cause.
But it's a part of the
women go through
ideology.
that. I just said to him, one of the biggest things that I give to every year is for human sex trafficking. It doesn't require to be a feminist. Now, you seem really committed to it. I've said to you since the very beginning, if you want to be a feminist girl, put it on a t-shirt, wear it, put a hashtag. I'm just telling you, don't unnecessarily put yourself into a corner, and to recognize that it has never been a greater time. I would offer it is a way better time in this society to be a woman.
So I think Candace has such beautiful points. You definitely don't have to be a feminist to be able to stand for women, and then to be able to stand as a woman as well. Looking at the points that the lady gave, it makes a lot of sense. But when you want to talk about sexual abuse, I feel like it's both sides. I mean, if you have a male child and then you have a female child, and then both of them go through sexual assault in some way, you should be able to stand for them equally, instead of saying that, let me go more all out for my girl because she is a girl, and then we have belittled a girl and all that. It should be equal because they have both been sexually abused, and then the issue should be tackled equally, so that we would possibly find a way to decrease the rate at which men commit suicide and all that, because they feel like their voices are not being heard out there. And then society has now turned to give women more power, where you're able to report issues to authorities, and then they pick it up from there firsthand. Meanwhile, there are men in marriages that are being abused every day, but you know that kind of stigma, and then that kind of belittling around it. If a man should just walk to a police station and say, I've been beaten by my wife, it sounds very weird and awkward. But it's very normal for a woman to just walk up to a police station and just tell them that this is what has happened to me, and then they're going to pick up the man immediately. You get it? So I understand, Candace.
Yeah, the thing is getting very intense in most parts of the world, where a woman can just pick up a phone and just say, oh, my husband just yelled at me, and within a short period of time the man will get arrested. That is how sensitive and how this whole extremist thing is getting to. Because the whole agenda was beautiful, people trying to empower women, but now the whole thing is getting deviated. That's why I'm not surprised Candace is trying to dissociate herself from being called a feminist. Because this whole thing was just coming up beautifully as a beautiful thing, but now if you have a male and then you have a girl, it's like more attention is being paid to the girl child than the boy child, leaving the boy child to all sorts of assaults and all sorts of social vices. You know, most people pay more attention to their girl child now because they feel right from onset that the child is going to be belittled or no, that's not it. We have various colleges that the females are graduating as overall best students. We have a lot of aspects of life that women are doing more than even the men. So the whole agenda, it has to be well balanced, such that it will give equal opportunity to guys. Not that because you're a woman you have to go there, because you're a guy go this way. No. We all deserve equal chances on the table. That's what I'm really appreciating, the fact that Candace highlighted, because the whole agenda is becoming so intoxicated. People use this feminism thing to do extra things that they are not supposed to.
Things in the society.
And it is very appalling. It is very appalling. So I'm glad these debates are coming out, and I'm glad people are voicing out. I'm glad people are talking about this to make everyone else aware. Yes, you may not reach everybody, but I know most feminists will watch this kind of content to see how this kind of debates went. And Candace did a great job by telling her fellow lady that this is it. You may not necessarily have to belong to the feminist group to champion the cause or to make sure that everybody is treated fairly in society. Yes, not going the extra mile by being an extremist, forming all sorts of groups that are meant to actually suppress men. In fact, I feel the lives of guys now are even getting threatened. In a way, in quotes, they are getting threatened because when there's an opportunity, people want to consider the female first because they feel they are weaker vessels, in quotes. They feel they deserve more opportunity than guys. No, we all deserve it. Once you are good at it, you are good at it. You don't need to use the feminism tag to get that opportunity. No. That's how I feel about this whole debate. And I've learned a lot from this video. And I think most people also pick a number of points from here.
Wow. So guys, guys, we really enjoyed watching Candace Owens debate college feminist, and we are very sure you enjoyed watching this video yourself. So don't forget to give us a thumbs up, share the video with your friends, subscribe to our channel to join our amazing family, and please recommend other debatable videos that you'd want us to check out on this channel, and we'll gladly do you the honor. Leave your opinions of what you think about this debate. Are you for the lady? Are you for Candace? Anything you'd want to say. We know you have a lot of things to say, and we are so available to interact with you guys on your thoughts. Everything you want to say, just leave it in the comment section for us, and we'll get interactive from there. Until next time, I am Wil Sway.
I'm Danny React.
Your number one music freak. See you. Bye.